Phil Mickelson, the king of controversies, is back. Just when you thought he'd traded in his drama for a spot of zen, Mickelson has found himself entangled in yet another tiff. And guess who his sparring partner is this time? None other than the world-renowned analyst Brandel Chamblee. So what has Mickelson done this time around? Or maybe he's not even at fault. Stick around to find out as we take you through the latest Phil Mickelson drama. What was once a battle of words between players in press conferences has quickly devolved into spouting matches online. It's lasted for so many months, it almost feels like forever. You probably guessed what it's about already. Yep, the same debate topic with the merits of LIV Golf, its rivalry with the PGA Tour, the hidden motivations behind decisions, and much more. The most recent episode of this duel pits Claude Harmon against the media, Brandel Chamblee against Claude Harmon, Phil Mickelson against Brandel Chamblee, and everyone against the Twitter block function. Where better to pick up than from the beginning? It all started when Harmon, Brooks Koepka's coach, started railing LIV Golf media coverage and interviews with Golf Week. And not just before, but also after Koepka's final round at the PGA Championship. Koepka's win at the second major tournament of 2023 made him the first LIV golfer to win a major championship. Definitely a massive boost for the breakaway franchise, and it's put to rest the notion that leaving the PGA Tour meant LIV commits would no longer be good enough to compete with PGA Tour stars. Of course, Brooks Koepka may have been the trailblazer, but he's certainly not the only one in this wild chase. While he proudly hoisted that shiny trophy first, let's not forget about the other LIV golfers who brought their A-game to the Masters tournament in April 2023, merely a month before Koepka's fifth career major win. Phil Mickelson had come closest, having finished second at the Masters. Patrick Reed also finished in a tie for fourth place. Let's say that some of these big-ticket players are living up to their price tags in a dramatic way after a dismal 2022 season. And no one was quicker to flex on it than Koepka's coach, Claude Harmon, who was quick to point this out. He then called golf analyst Brandel Chamblee a paid actor and criticized Chamblee's views on LIV Golf being a sports washing entity for Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, Brandel Chamblee has always been one of those whose biggest beef with LIV seems to be the fact that they have Saudi Arabian sponsors. But hey, it's the 21st century. And that means one thing. Someone speaks badly against you on TV or in the newspaper, the next thing you do is drag the person on social media. So Chamblee took to his social media and tweeted over 500 words about why he speaks for himself, doubling down on his views on Saudi Arabia. To ask whether LIV has been good for the PGA Tour is to miss the very human and most important point of the entire sports washing issue, Chamblee said. But the former pro golfer who peaked at number 58 on the official world golf rankings in 1999 wasn't done yet. He added, "It's bad for the people who are still oppressed by the man who finances LIV Golf. And as I've said before, it's darkness, like the pollution that hangs over our major cities. It's best seen from a distance, and its stench is all too easily dismissed as the smell of commerce." That is Chamblee's position. It's where he puts his money on this debate. It's also not a novel viewpoint. Not that it's a surprise, though. Since the inception of the Roman numeral tour, Chamblee has criticized golf's overall involvement with Saudi Arabia. However, the aftermath of Koepka's victory has chummed the waters once more, particularly on Twitter, and that's where Mickelson takes the stage. Anyone who knows Phil Mickelson knows he is a man who always seems involved in one drama or another at every point. He's also a man who thoroughly enjoys a good adrenaline rush, especially when arguing with LIV Golf dissenters. Some may even say he enjoys the attention these arguments come with, and it's hard to argue against. But the four-time major winner had every right to do so in this case. So he logged on to Twitter, where he frequently engages in debates about LIV, the PGA Tour, ratings, and the concept of sports washing. And it seems Chamblee's statement was delivered on a silver platter to Mickelson. "Oh, Brandel, he can tear me and countless others apart, but he can't handle it when someone points out his ignorance. "He's softer now than he was when he was a player," Mickelson said on Twitter, before becoming the well-known golf analyst, writer, and commentator he is today. Brandel Chamblee played pro golf on the PGA Tour. He even participated in a number of majors, including the 1999 Masters. Chamblee turned pro in 1985 and amassed 4 professional wins before deciding to talk about the game he loves rather than play it. A random person questioned Phil's description of Chamblee as a player, but no one is in a better position to talk about Chamblee than Mickelson, since he was already a pro by the time Chamblee still frequented the course. So Phil responded with this jab. Perhaps I overshot a little. Get the pun there? If you do, you'll understand why that was a jab below the belt. The thrilling tension didn't end there, though. In fact, it escalated to something more interesting. Like Mickelson with controversies, Chamblee is known not to take criticism well. He spews it on the air all the time. But when someone tries to engage him in any way, especially on Twitter, he blocks them faster than a middle-aged man in a pickup game at Lifetime Fitness. Despite not being tagged, Chamblee must have seen the tweet because a few hours later, he questioned Mickelson's toughness and invited him to debate on Golf Channel's Live From set during June's US Open, which will be held at Los Angeles Country Club's North Course. Now, that's a bold move. Calling out a veteran like Mickelson to come on live TV? We've never seen anything like this. Chamblee couldn't hold back, firing back at Mickelson, calling him soft. So he tweeted, "Phil is welcome to join us on the Live From set at the US Open to discuss the benefits of playing for scary MFers, as he refers to them, and the Billy Walters book, which will be released on August 22nd, but I'm guessing he's too soft to debate." Chamblee, who is definitely not one to run away from a fight, sure did not mince words, revealing some juicy details from Mickelson's past. According to Alan Shipnuck's biography of Mickelson, Phil, the rip-roaring and unauthorized biography of golf's most colorful superstar, Mickelson referred to the Saudi government as scary mother effers, but that was many years before he was on their payroll. Shipnuck mentions Billy Walters in this book as well, who had connections with Mickelson through various encounters, but was arrested for insider trading in 2017. That is a whole different episode of drama coming up. If Mickelson appeared on Live From the US Open, it would be an event not to miss. Chamblee and his co-host Paul McGinley would not hold back, nor would Mickelson. It would be like a trash-talking session before a boxing match. Feisty. We know you want the drama, and we do too, so we can't wait for what that turns out like. However, in a surprise twist, Chamblee put this debate to rest last night by blocking Mickelson on Twitter. Mickelson posted a screenshot showing him being blocked by Chamblee, to which Chamblee would later respond to screenshots showing that he had been blocked by Mickelson. Funny? Definitely. Petty? Oh yeah, but who's complaining? In the end, as with many of the LIV Golf, PGA Tour sports washing and guaranteed money debates in the last year, golf fans are less certain of progress than they were when they began tuning in. Perhaps Chamblee became frustrated with Mickelson, or is he choosing to ignore the noise and rise above it? We may never know, but we're going to guess that an in-person meeting won't happen at LACC in a few weeks. In any case, a Mickelson appearance on the Golf Channel would be highly entertaining and, to be honest, much needed. Mickelson is one of the most successful and controversial golfers who always seems to be at loggerheads with the media, so this is not his first rodeo. On the other hand, Chamblee has never been afraid to express himself, but he has been at his most vocal in addressing the raging feud between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf. This is not even the first time there'll be drama between these two men. Sometime last year, Brandel Chamblee mentioned on Golf Channel's Live From the US Open show that Phil Mickelson had taken a flamethrower to the very PGA Tour that provided a great stage for you to amass unimaginable wealth. That made it very clear that Chamblee had his very own flamethrower in the form of his carefully crafted words and was boldly aiming it at Mickelson and other LIV Golf League supporters from Saudi Arabia. Chamblee also took to social media soon after to demand that Phil Mickelson and Greg Norman be removed from the Hall of Fame due to their involvement with LIV Golf. Chamblee has said a lot of other things about Mickelson, but we think this time Mickelson just felt that he had had enough. We can all agree, though, that golf is fun, but the drama makes it all the better. We'll have to wait to see who comes out on top of this beef, though. But we promise you one thing. We'll be there no matter what, so don't go too far.